How's it going, YouTube? Today I got a new Vosteed knife, and not your average packaging from them. Got the MHET2, or the Mayhem, and I got the Wharncliffe version. They had the sheep's foot and the Wharncliffe. And your package will look like this if you got it. Maybe it'll have a dent, maybe it won't. Then you get this cool looking plastic orange case. Kind of unnecessary. Doubt I'll ever use it, but cool nonetheless. Got some nice foam on the inside. You got your patch like normal, your Mayhem sticker, and your microfiber cloth. And here's the knife. We'll do some close-ups real quick. And here we have the Mayhem. It's a RS Knife Works design. That's their logo right there. You may have recognized them from the Kaiser Paragon. It's about the only one I can think of. This was $250. I did buy mine, so I can tell you the good and the bad. And I got number 20. I guess they're all numbered. Since there's a limited number of these. It's the first premium knife from Vosteed. I do have some things to say about that, but I will go over the specs and all the goods before I talk about the bads. You got a 3.46 inch M390 blade. And I will say it said the HRC was 60 plus or minus 2, so I guess that means anywhere from 58 to 62. Kind of a big range. Got a satin Wharncliffe blade with you got your flat grind. You have a compound grind right here that's completely unnecessary, but it looks cool, I guess. Definitely a cool looking blade. Does have a thicker blade stock. You got 3.9 millimeters or 0.15 inches. You have an overall length of 8.39 inches. Let's do some size comparisons. Spyderco PM2 and my new Kunmu Chad. It's a little bit bigger in both of those. Tucson TS408. And the Kaiser Cobalt 2. It's about the same size as the Tucson, a little bit bigger than the Kaiser. Two more. Two Vosteeds. I got the Gator. And my Thunderbird. So just a little bit bigger than the Thunderbird and quite a bit bigger than the Gator. You have a 4.93 inch handle, 0.55 inches wide, and the closed width right around here is 1.44 inches. You have T6 screws. They're kind of big too. Not sure why they did that. T6. Of course, the pivot's T8. Has a weight of 5.45 ounces. And can't tell if there's any cutouts. Let me check. Yes, there is some weight relief on the inside. You have a titanium milled clip that's not reversible and not deep carry. You're gonna have about that much sticking out of the pocket. Yeah, kind of shallow, but you don't feel it in hand. It's quite comfortable. Of course, the handle's titanium. Not really sure what this finish is called. Just looks like plain titanium. You have a little bit of milling for looks. You have an aluminum pivot collar. I believe the hardware's steel. Don't quote me on that though. I haven't took it apart yet. And what's unique about this knife is the button. It's adopted the Spyderco's compression lock. And since the patent's expired and they're taking advantage of that, which I don't blame them. As you see, there's a liner on the inside and a button that closes it, which makes it pretty safe on your hands. You're not going to cut yourself closing it. I don't have a Spyderco smock to compare it to, but as you see on the Spyderco PM2, it's got the liner lock on the top. It's kind of like that, which I believe they call it a top liner lock on the Vosteed website. You have a couple different deployment options. You have your flipper tab. It's got a couple jumps in it, minimal flipper tab. And you can fell it. If you're trying, it'll come open. You can also open it with the compression lock. Or my favorite way, reverse flick or thumb flick. You have a titanium backspacer, which covers up a lot of the blade. You're not going to accidentally cut yourself, for sure. And you do have quite a big lanyard hole. I don't know why you'd put a lanyard on this knife, but you can. The compression lock does have a little bit of lock stick. But it's not bad. And it'll probably break in. It's a very good looking knife. I'm not sure who's actually making these. Vosteed's doing it themselves, or they got some kind of silent OEM. Let's go over my dislikes, and all of these are just my personal dislikes. You can have your own, obviously. I'm not saying it's a bad knife at all. For one, now this one, the pocket clip, it's not deep carry. It's far from deep carry, actually. I don't know why they did that. A shallow pocket clip's alright, but at least make it a little bit more deep carry. It looks good, but yeah, it's comfortable. The HRC 58 to 62, that's kind of a big difference. I know a lot of the M390 20CVs, you're getting 60 at best, which is unfortunate, but 58 is just too low. The compound grind, although it does look cool, you're going to run into some big problems if you lay back your edge. if you look at it now, it's a little bit uneven because it's thicker right here, which is normal. But the farther you lay back your edge, the more weird that's going to look, because you're going to have a thick spot right here, and then it's going to be thinner. So this is one knife I would not lay back the edge on. It's going to look goofy. Of course, I don't like the T6s. And the price kind of bugs me a little bit. This is their first full titanium knife, and it's already priced up with people that's been doing this for years. It's kind of like if Ganzo came out with a $250 knife. Would you buy it? I'm not saying it's not worth it, it's just, it's kind of odd. You kind of work yourself up to that price. Like Remet just came out with a titanium button lock M390. It's like 160, 170. And LTK tested the HRC and it was 62. Good HRC, good looking knife, great price. I know a lot of this price is probably going to the designer, but still a bit steep considering who the company is. But it is a cool looking knife, and it's sold out just like that. So my opinion really doesn't matter on that. Not sure if I'll keep it. We'll see. But yeah, that's about all I got for this one. I can't link it down below because it's sold out, but my Instagram's down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think about this knife.